Hi, third grade. Today we're going to look at Unit 11, Week 1, Day 3. Repeat after me. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, U-R, burn, A-R, beggar, O-R, doctor, A-R, warm, or. O-R, worm, A-I, bait, A. Nice job. Okay, today we're going to have a word of the day. And actually, our word of the day happens to be a contraction. And so, do you remember what contraction stands for will not? I will not do that. Won't do that. Okay, so how do we make the contraction or our word of the day won't? Do you remember what we do with these? We keep the W, great. We get rid of the ILL, ill. Do you remember what we put there instead? Right, we put an O. Okay, now we can move to this one because this one does not follow the rules. What do we do with not? Yep, we scooch over the N and we replace the O with an apostrophe. And then we scooch over the T. So let me get my pen out because really we don't mark contractions. There's not a lot of marking points for contractions. You just have to know the two original words and then the contraction. Okay, so you will not have to mark these on your Unit 11 test. In fact, I can double check right now. Right, you do not mark them. Instead, you will be able to get 1 point for the two words, if you know them, how to spell them, and 1 point for the contraction with the apostrophe in the right place. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add actually both of those things in your student notebook. Okay, the W's are on page 81, so go to your vocabulary section on page 81. And you're going to actually write the contraction first, won't, and you're going to say that that's equal to or the same thing as will not. Okay, so you can pause this video to go ahead, and it is going to look a little bit different than our other words of the day because we're not going to mark them up. We're simply going to write the contraction first, and we're going to write an equal sign. Won't is the same as will not. Okay, so pause the video and get that on the bottom of page 81, and then we'll get our sentence. Okay, our sentence is, I won't ever give up. Hope that's something that you believe in. I won't ever give up. I put an exclamation mark at the end of that, and the way I scooped it, I won't ever give up. All right, so again, pause the video if you need more time with your word of the day, won't, and the sentence. All right, let's practice with a few more. The two original words in this one are not. Do we know the contraction? This one follows the rules. So what do we do with the first word? Right, we keep it the same. So let me grab A-R-E for R. Now, they are not being nice, or they, how do we say that contraction? Aren't. Okay, what do we do with this not? What's the typical rule for that? Right, scooch over the N, replace the O with an apostrophe, and scooch over the T, correct. And then the only thing I need to actually mark is that O, that vowel, was replaced with an apostrophe. Aren't. Very good. All right, let's try with these two original words. Could not. I could not believe my eyes. What's the contraction way of saying that? I couldn't believe my eyes. All right, how do we make couldn't? Let's do it the fast way this time. This one follows the rules, so I'm going to keep the first word, could. What do I do with this N? Scooch it over. What do I do with this O? Get rid of it and replace it with an apostrophe. And what do I do with this T? Right, scooch it over. The only thing I have to mark is an apostrophe right there for couldn't. Couldn't. Great job. All right, let's just do one more practice one. 2 original words this time are what is. Right, if I said, what is your name? I could also say, what's your name? So when we have the second word as is, do you remember what the rule is? Keep the first word the same. Replace the I with an apostrophe and scooch over the S. Awesome work. Okay, that one's pretty easy. What's your name? Perfect. All right, now I want you to go ahead and take out your magnetic letter tile board, please. Pause the video. We're going to do some echo find letters and echo find words. So go ahead and get that out and we'll get started in a second. All right, the first thing we're going to do is I want you to build me a tower of everything that says O, that long O sound. And if you don't know, remember, if you can't see the poster in your classroom from where you're sitting, inside of your student notebook on page 20, it's the same thing. So you're going to find the long O row and pull all of those sounds. There are 5 things that say O. All right, who's starting? What do we think? Now I lost my page. And try whenever you tell me, whenever we review it together on here, tell me the whole thing. The sound, the keyword associated with it, and the letter, the sound, the letter, the keyword picture, and the sound. Let's do that whole drill. All right, so O. Who wants to start? O, consonant E. Right. Like. O, home. O. Right. Excellent. The next one. O in an open syllable, like oh, no, O. Keep going. Vowel teams. O-A, boat, O. Perfect. Keep going. O-E, toe, O. And the last one, O-W, snow, O. Very good. All right. You can go ahead and put those 5 things back that say O. And let's do one more sound today. Please build me a tower of all of the things, let's see if you remember, that say E, that long E sound. There are, do you remember? 9 things in the long E row. Okay, I'm ready. E, consonant E, like, do you remember the keyword? E, Pete, E, correct. What's the second one? E by itself in an open syllable, like E, me, E. Good. Y, baby, E. I, champion, E. That's 4. Let's keep going. Vowel teams, go. E, Jeep, E. E, Y, key, E. Good. E, eat, E. Excellent. 2 more. I, peace, E. And what's the last one? It's E-I, stealing, E. All right, do we remember all of those from unit number 10? All right, excellent work. Go ahead and start putting all 9 things that say E away. Good job. All right, let's build a review word. All right, 2 syllables. Sweater, sweater. Please wear a sweater when it's chilly outside. Sweat. Okay, what blend do you hear at the beginning? Let's build it. Sw, S, W. Okay, and you probably have blanks on your board, so use 2 blanks. Now, eh. What says eh? Is it E-ed eh or E-a bread eh for sweater? It is E-a bread eh. Now sweat, right? And then we need sweater. Which sound? Ooh. At the end of a word, it could either be E-R, O-R, or A-R. It's E-R, right, sweater. And then I know you can't mark it on your magnetic tile boards, but remember, you scoop each syllable, sweater. Sweat, we can underline the blend. We can circle this because it's on our vowel teams poster. And what kind of syllable is that? Double vowel, yeah, remember Unit 10? And then we can circle it, and that is what kind? Are controlled. Excellent. Okay, go ahead and clean up your tiles with the word sweater. And we're going to build one more word. This one's going to be a contraction. You're going to just build the contraction. So what is the contraction for did not? I did not hear you. I didn't. Okay, how would we build that? Let's go. D, I, D. We all know how to spell did. Use your blanks. Now, what do we do with not? This one follows the rules. Scooch over the N. You need a blank for the apostrophe. That's going to be your apostrophe tile. And then you need a T. Very good. Didn't. And we don't mark those ones, remember? We don't mark apostrophes except for remembering where to put the apostrophe. Excellent. All right. Clean up that word, that contraction didn't. And then the last thing we're going to do today is a dictation dry erase. So go ahead and take out your dry erase board, your marker, and your eraser, and we'll get started. All right, and make sure, please, that you are on your dictation side. If you're at home and you don't have your slate, you know what to do. Grab a sheet of paper and practice along with us. All right, the first sound that I want you to squeeze in this top box is Say it. Now you have to think back. This one's not going to be, actually it is on page 20. I lied. It's on page 20 if you can't see the poster. But 5 things say So go ahead and pause the video and write them all down. Okay, let's see how you did. The original 3 were E-R, her, I-R, bird, and U-R, burn, And then we learned 2 new ones in 3rd grade, didn't we? A-R, beggar, O-R, doctor. Excellent. All right, scooch over to the middle box. And there are 7 things that say ooh. Say it. Ooh. So you're looking for, on page 20 or on the poster in your classroom, you're looking for the U with the 2 dots above it because that's what symbolizes the ooh sound, the 2 dots above it. All right, go ahead. All right, let's see if you got all 7 and can remember them. U, consonant E, like you rule ooh. Yes. U by itself, like you flew ooh. Good. U-E blue ooh. E-W chew ooh. O-U soup ooh. O-O school ooh. And U-I suit ooh. Did you get all 7? All right, the last sound. I. Say it. I. 4 things. Go ahead. All right, let's see how you did there. Did you get I consonant E like I pine I? I by itself like I high I? Y cry I? And then our new vowel team, IGH light I. Excellent. All right, take a second and erase all of your sounds at the top. Okay, the next thing we're going to do are some current words. So for these, I'm going to give you, for current unit 11, I'm going to give you the 2 words that you're going to write on the first line, and then you're going to come down to the second line and write the contraction. You really don't need to mark these. You get a point for the 2 original words and a point for the contraction spelled right. Okay, so number 1 is can not. So you're going to write can not on the top line. Okay, and I'm kind of helping you just so we're on the same page and you're doing it correctly. Okay, everyone have can not. Okay, and then when you come down here, you're going to write the contraction. Can't. I can't believe the year is coming to an end. All right, let's see how you did with can't. Did you remember that you only use one N? Okay, all right, and then it's apostrophe T. Double check your spelling. There shouldn't be 2 N's in the contraction can't. You can't put 2 N's in the contraction can't. Okay, great work. Erase. And let's do the second current word. All right, on the top line, does not. Now, hopefully you know how to spell that trick word does. Does not. Okay, I'll reveal that because it's going to be hard to get the contraction if you can't spell the 2 original words correctly. True? Okay, so how'd you do with does? D-O-E-S. Be careful with that. Some of you want to spell D-O-S-E. That's dose. It's does, D-O-E-S. Okay, come on down and go ahead and do the contraction for does not. That does not make sense. What's the contraction sound like? That doesn't make sense. Go ahead and write doesn't. Okay, let's see how you did. Did you keep the first word the same? Okay, scooched over that N, replaced the O with an apostrophe, and scooched over the T. Excellent. All right, erase. And let's just do one more like that. That is amazing work. What does the contraction sound like for that is? That's amazing work. Okay, so let's write that down below. Do you remember the rule for contractions with is? Hopefully. Okay, keep that the same, right? Then you replace the I with an apostrophe and scooch over the S. All right, erase those and let's go ahead and do some review words now. The first review word I want you to write is conducting. Say it. Conducting. The group was conducting a survey. Conduct. Circle your suffix ing. Go ahead, spell it and mark it. All right, how'd you spell con, the first syllable? C-O-N. And what about duct? That is a Latin root. D-U-C-T, and everyone knows how to spell ing, right? You circled it too. Very good. Check and make sure you marked it correctly. Okay, number 2. The word is scramble. Say it. Scramble. The chef liked to scramble the eggs. Scramble. Spell it and mark it. Okay, how did we spell scram? Has a 3-letter blend at the beginning. What are they? S-C-R. And what says am? A-M, ham, am. Did you box it in? Okay, now, is it a sneaky schwa on the second syllable, or is this a consonant L-E? It's a consonant L-E, so check and see. Am, that's a closed syllable, and then bull is consonant L-E. Did you cross off the silent E? Very good. All right, one more word to spell and mark, and that word is retain. Say it. Retain. I hope you can retain all this information for 4th grade. Retain. All right, spell it and mark it. Okay, retain is a good way for keep or remember. Like some people might have a retainer that they wear in their mouth. That's so that it keeps your teeth in place and they don't shift and move and get crooked again. If I want you to retain information in your brain, that means I want you to keep the information there and not lose it and forget it again. Okay, so all these foundation rules we've been learning, I hope you can retain them for fourth grade. Re is a prefix. How'd you spell it? R-E, that's an open syllable. Now, a. Lot of options for A. Did you find which one says long A in tain? It's A-I, bait A. Good. Retain. And because there's that A-I that we circled, that is a double vowel or a D syllable. Okay, excellent work, third grade. Erase. And here we go with sound-alike words. The only sound-alike word I think so far from Unit 11 is it's and its. So let's see which one I say first. It's going to be a wonderful day. It's going to be a wonderful day. Ooh, and it's the first word of my sentence. Should tell you what kind of letter you should start it with. It's going to be a wonderful day. Does it make sense to say it is going to be a wonderful day? Does it make sense? Yeah, so you should use the contraction. Uppercase I, T, apostrophe S. It's going to be a wonderful day. All right, let's do the next one. I hope the owner finds its dog. I hope the owner finds it is dog. No, the dog belongs to the owner, so we're using the possessive pronoun, ITS, no apostrophe. Okay, good job. We have some new trick words for you. The first one is learned. We have learned a lot of information. Notice I put a suffix on the end. So spell the base word learn. And what suffix to make it learned? We have learned a lot of information this year. All right, let's see. Learned. Good job. The second trick word is ocean. I hope to swim in the ocean when I go to the beach this year. Ocean. Let's see. O-C-E-A-N. Ocean. Excellent. And let's just do one sentence. Grand finale today. Capital letter to start. Let's go. We haven't. Ooh, that's a contraction. We haven't. That's like have not. We haven't finished. Finished. We haven't finished destroying this. Destroying this. Okay, let me read it again. We haven't finished destroying this. We haven't finished destroying this. Okay, we should be fine. How'd you do with haven't, sorry. H-A-V-E, scooch over the N, replace the O with an apostrophe, scooch over the T. We haven't finished with ED suffix. Destroy with O-Y, I-N-G. We haven't finished destroying this. I definitely put an exclamation mark. And look how I scooped mine. We haven't finished destroying this. 2 scoops for me. All right, third grade, that's all I have for you today. Really good practice. I will see you next time.